Hey YouTube, I wanted to do a special video today because we are getting close to the anniversary, the 1-year birthday of the Nintendo 3DS. The 3DS launched in North America on Sunday, March 27th, 2011, and I was really pumped for the handheld when it was first announced. Personally, Nintendo has never done me wrong when it comes to their handheld systems. You know, I enjoy all of their handhelds. I always have a great time with them. And I wanted to do this video kind of to show you how much I love and appreciate the Nintendo 3DS. Now, I know a lot of you guys out there aren't too hot on the handheld. That's fine. But I just, want to say that I really enjoy my Nintendo 3DS. And I know a lot of other people do as well, because as of the beginning of March 2012, in the United States alone, the 3DS has sold a little bit over 4.5 million systems. And I think that's amazing. So this video, I'm going to show you guys my 3DS collection, some of the accessories, and in part 2 of this video, you'll see all of my eShop games, which is pretty awesome. So I'll start things off by showing you guys my actual 3DS. This is a special edition Legend of Zelda 3DS. Of course, I didn't get this at launch. I actually picked up an aqua blue 3DS at launch. And I recently got this in December 2011. I picked this up and I love it. The reason I got it is because I missed out on the special edition Zelda DS that came out, the DS Lite that came out a few years back. And I definitely didn't want to miss out on this. So there's no real difference between this edition and all of the other 3DSs. It's just a different finish, and I love it. It's like this glossy black. Of course, you guys can see it has the Triforce there, and the ocarina, the harp, some other symbols. But it's just awesome. It's great. Open it up, and you guys can see there. You got the gold letters down here. It's beautiful. Now, when it comes to peripherals, the 3DS really doesn't have too many right now. But, that's not to say that there won't be some down the line. But as of right now, I do have 2 peripherals for the handheld. The first one is the Portal of Power, which comes with Skylanders Spyro's Adventure. You guys probably already know about this. You sit your Skylanders on top of here. And as you can see, it lights up different colors. It's pretty awesome. And then most recently, I picked up the Nintendo 3DS Circle Pad Pro, which is a lifesaver for shooting games. I love it in Resident Evil Revelations. Here's the actual peripheral. It looks pretty big, but it's just so comfortable. Once you sit your 3DS in there and you begin playing, I mean, it takes a little bit of getting used to, but it definitely works wonders. So I'll just jump on into the actual 3DS collection, and as of right now I have 36 games for the system, and that does not include my ambassador titles or eShop games or DSiWare titles that I have on the actual 3DS. And 36 is a lot, and the reason I'm pointing out the number 36 is because I know a lot of you guys out there don't really care for the 3DS, and that's fine. But the reason why you say you don't like the 3DS is because there's not enough games on the system, and I totally beg to differ. I think there's a great amount of quality games for the handheld, and I think the games actually do, the 3DS does a good job of spanning over a nice variety of genres. I mean, there's some really cool games out there for different genres for the handheld. So we'll start things off with the first game, which is Bit Trip Saga. This is awesome, a great value. It's basically like arcade games that have this retro vibe to it with great music, very simplistic and easy to play. Definitely recommend it. Bust a Move Universe is a fun little puzzle game. It's a little watered down and there's not a lot of content in it, but if you enjoy the Bust a Move series, it's definitely something you might want to consider. Cave Story has been on numerous platforms, and now it's on the 3DS in 3D, of course. It's a fun game But the one thing that I can say about it, one thing that I don't really like too much, is the fact that it doesn't add anything new compared to all of the other versions of the game. You know, there's really nothing new in this one. Centipede Infestation is a fun little arcade shooter. Looks good. It's done by Way Forward. Not a lot of people know about this game, and that's a shame. It reminds me a lot of Earth Defense Force. Cooking Mama 4 Kitchen Magic. Yes, I have a Cooking Mama game in my 3DS collection. I'm a sucker for Cooking Mama series. This one is pretty good. You know, it adds a little bit of the 3D elements in there, and there's some different recipes and whatnot. But for the most part, it's the same old Cooking Mama that we all know. Crush 3D is my newest addition to my 3DS collection. I haven't opened this up yet, but it is a port of the PSP game Crush with 3D elements. Cubic Ninja is a game I don't really like too much, and I'm really glad that I got it on clearance at Target for like $9. It's like an action puzzle adventure game. The controls don't work well though, but it does have some potential. Dead or Alive Dimensions. Now, out of all of the fighting games on the 3DS, this is my favorite one by far. I love the whole story mode and the different cutscenes that you'll see throughout the story mode, and just the fact that the gameplay is just so easy. You know, it's a lot of fun. It can be challenging when you want it to be, but I love pulling off sick combos with different characters. It's a lot of fun. Dr. Latrex and the Forgotten Knights. I haven't really played this game too much, but from what I'm hearing, it's similar to Professor Layton, sorta, kinda. It's definitely one that I need to get into soon. Dream Trigger 3D. This is an awesome shmup. Great music, great visuals. It's very unique when it comes to gameplay, but once you get the hang of it, it's so addicting. Dual Pen Sports is a fun little, you know, arcade sports title. It requires you use 2 styluses. It actually comes included with the game. And you can play different sports games like, you know, baseball, soccer, archery, boxing. It's a lot of fun. Harvest Moon 3D, The Tale of Two Towns. This is a game that I was really looking forward to because I was itching to play a Harvest Moon title. This one definitely has not disappointed me at all. There's a lot of content in this game. It feels like a classic Harvest Moon title, but there are some definitely new additions added into the game that makes it so much fun. The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time 3D. If you have a Nintendo 3DS, you should have this game in your collection. This is Ocarina of Time from the Nintendo 64, redid. It looks amazing, and it's a lot of fun. I still haven't completed it yet, but this is definitely one that I need to get back into because I want to see how awesome it gets. Mario Kart 7. As of right now, this is my favorite 3DS title. Mario Kart 7 is awesome. I love the way that they just switch things up with the whole hang glider mechanic. The online is amazing. Lots of fun to play online. It just feels like classic Mario Kart, and it's just a blast to play. Metal Gear Solid 3D, Snake Eater. Still haven't gotten around to play this one yet, guys. But if it's anything like Snake Eater for the PS2, this is a port of the PlayStation 2 game. I'm sure I'll enjoy it. Snake Eater is my favorite game in the series. Nano Assault is another shooter for the Nintendo 3DS, and it is so much fun to play. It reminds me a lot of Super Stardust for the PlayStation 3, you know, and the Vita. It's just a blast to play. It looks amazing, and I'm sad that a lot of people don't really know about this game. This is actually the first game that I've played in this series. I know there are 2 other Nano games on the DS, and I need to go back and try to get those, but this game is a blast to play. Nintendogs plus Cats. I'm not a big fan. I don't know, it kind of wears thin on me, at least, very quick. I played this game for like a week straight, and I haven't picked it up since. Pac-Man and Galaga Dimensions is a fun little retro arcade game. It includes different versions of Pac-Man and Galaga. If you're into either one of those series, you should definitely check this out. I'm sure it's cheap by now. Pilot Wings Resort is a launch title that really surprised me. I didn't really know what to expect out of this game, but what I got from it was just awesomeness. I really enjoyed it. It was so relaxing. The fact that you can put your Mii into this game and play as your Mii and just fly around, you know, the environment. It was awesome. The missions got really hard towards the end, but it really was a blast to play. If you're looking for just a fun, relaxing title, definitely check this out. Pokemon Rumble Blast is a title that I picked up based off of recommendations from some of my friends here on YouTube. And I've enjoyed what I've played of it thus far. It's not your traditional Pokemon game by any means. It's more or less like a spin-off. You play as these little toy Pokemon, and the whole object of the game is for you to go around different environments and hack and slash your way to the end. Of course, you level up your Pokemon and all of that. But it's a lot of fun. You guys should definitely check it out if you're into the series, or if you just want, you know, a fun little hack and slash beat 'em up brawler type of game. Rabbids Travel in Time 3D is a platformer. It's very cutesy. It's starring the rabbits, of course. And the only Rabbids Travel in Time 3D is a platformer. It's very cutesy. Of course, it stars the rabbits, but it's very watered down and there's not a lot of content in the game at all. Rayman 3D is another launch title. You probably played Rayman 3 on every other system out there. I mean, this game has been on every system, it seems like. This time it's in 3D. I actually like the 3D effects in this game, but you know, if you've played Rayman 3 before and you're tired of it, you might want to go with something else. Resident Evil The Mercenaries 3D. I know there was a lot of controversy surrounding this game when it was released in the summer, but personally, I think it's a lot of fun. If you enjoy the Mercenaries mode from the Resident Evil series, you definitely will want to check this out. Resident Evil Revelations, or if you're going off of the spine, Resident Evil Revelations. It's a fun game. I'm currently playing this game right now, and I'm enjoying it. It reminds me a lot of the classic Resident Evil games from the PlayStation 1 era. I do have some qualms with it. You know, I don't really like the enemies too much. They don't really seem like zombies. They kind of remind me of enemies from Silent Hill, but whatever. The controls work well, especially with the Circle Pad Pro. Ridge Racer 3D was a launch game. I picked it up at launch and I have enjoyed this title immensely. Oh my goodness, I enjoy racing games, you guys know that, and this one definitely didn't disappoint me. Samurai Warriors Chronicles. I don't really like this game too much. It's a beat 'em up, a brawler, hack and slash, whatever you want to call it. But the controls are just so clunky and slow. It's really hard to get into. Shin Megami Tensei Devil Survivor Overclocked. This is basically Devil Survivor from the Nintendo 3DS with some added 3D, and I can't even say added 3D because there's not really that much of it. There's really no new content. I mean, they did add some new content, some different story element stuff is in there towards the end, but this is just really a lazy port. Shinobi, it's still wrapped up. This is definitely a game that I want to play. I just have to get into the mood to play it because I heard it's really, really hard. Sonic Generations. Now, I've played more of this 3DS version than what I have the Xbox 360 version. It's just a lot of fun to play. It's very similar, you know, and it does have some multiplayer elements added in there. But if you're looking for a fun platforming Sonic game, definitely this is the only one that you can go with for now because this is the only Sonic game on the 3DS. Star Fox 64 3D. Classic Star Fox, lots of fun to play. For some reason it took me a while to get used to the controls, but you know, I think it works out great. The 3D is amazing in this title. Steel Diver. I totally wanted to skip over this game because this game has made me frustrated. I don't like it. It's boring. And the only reason why it's in my collection is because I totally forgot that I had it, so probably in the near future I'll get rid of it. Super Mario 3D Land, another amazing 3DS game that came out last year. classic Mario. It reminds me so much of the Mario Galaxy games mixed with, you know, retro Mario, more specifically Super Mario Brothers 3. Amazing, so much replayability in this title. You know, again, if you have a 3DS, this is definitely another game that you need to have in your collection. Super Monkey Ball 3D is a launch title, picked it up at launch, and I've enjoyed it, but the only thing is that it's lacking some serious content. Feels a little watered down, stripped of certain modes. I wish there was like online multiplayer or something like that to add to the value of the title, but I'm sure you can find this game for really cheap now if you're interested in a Monkey Ball game. Super Street Fighter 4 3D Edition. This is a cool fighter. You know, I don't like it as much as Dead or Alive Dimensions, but with that being said, I think it's really good. You know, this was a launch title, and I love the art in this game. The graphics are amazing. It has that whole comic book cel-shaded, watercolored look to it. Looks great, and the online multiplayer works well. You know, definitely recommend it if you're into the Street Fighter series. Tales of the Abyss. This is one that I plan on playing very soon. I am just looking forward to playing an RPG on the 3DS. This is the first RPG for the Nintendo 3DS, so you know, it's a little special. I've heard great things about this. This is a port of the PlayStation 2 game, and I didn't play that game, so I'm really interested in seeing where this game goes. And last but not least, Tetris Axis. This could have been a better Tetris game. When this was announced, I was looking forward to something more along the lines of Tetris DS, but you know, Tetris Axis is classic Tetris. It has some new Tetris modes in there. It also has some AR stuff. But I think where the game shines for sure is the online multiplayer. Just playing against 8 people, you know, Tetris, it's awesome, lots of fun. So if you're looking for a puzzle game, there aren't a lot on the 3DS, but if you're looking for a classic puzzle game, definitely try to find this, and definitely play online, because that's where all the fun is. So there you have it, guys. That's my retail 3DS collection. And as of right now, you know, I'm super pleased with what Nintendo has done with the console, or the handheld, I'm sorry, in a year. You know, it's been a year, and I'm really pleased with the hardware, the software, everything. You know, I take my 3DS out with me every day, hoping to get a street pass. It's just a lot of fun, you know, and it's only going to get better. You know, more software is going to be announced. Software has been announced, you know. Within a week or so, we have Kid Icarus Uprising coming out. Mario Tennis is coming out in May. You know, Luigi's Mansion. So many great games are coming to the handheld. And in my eyes, Nintendo has not disappointed with the 3DS. So I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Stay tuned for part 2, where I'll show you guys my downloadable games from the eShop and my ambassador titles, and some of my DSiWare games as well. Thanks for watching.